All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. We have a special guest in the building. I know him as C Styles, but the community may know you as Mr. Robert Jackson.
Yes, that's correct.
So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So, primarily with this podcast, we like to talk about how to drive people in a positive manner.
Okay.
Yeah. For those people who may be in a particular spot in life where they're feeling down, or they're feeling like they don't have any way out, we want to give them words of encouragement.
Absolutely.
To keep them motivated and to give them the confidence to go after their dreams and the things that they want to do.
Yes.
So I felt that being that you are very active in the community and, me not being organized, getting the time together properly, but I had to get you on the show.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you represent being in Harlem?
Okay.
And who you are to the community.
Okay. For those who don't know, my name is Robert Phil Jackson II. I'm a community activist. I'm also known as a community leader. So if something happened in the community like the anti-Soha rally, the gentrification, I'm on the front line. I mean, I go to the location and fight for us. That's who I am.
Okay. And who are some of the people you work with? A lot of politicians and things like that?
Yes, I work with the Honorable Reverend Al Taylor. He's the new assemblyman for the 71st District. I also work with the Honorable Assemblywoman Inez E. Dickens. She actually made me a part of her club, Martin Luther King Jr. Democratic Club. I'm also a part of the New York State County Committee.
Okay. Tell us the importance of speaking to your local representatives and how they play the role in representing your voice or our voice going up to the government.
For those who don't know, our local politicians or representatives are located in the Harlem State Office Building. They're the voice for you in Albany and City Hall. So you got a dark light in your block. You have a chipped up sidewalk. The community board, they don't want to help fix that. Or your local assemblywoman or senator, if you want to pass a bill like I'm working on right now, for my late brother, rest in peace, Supreme, he was killed in a hit and run accident. I'm working on a bill in his name to get him honored, to regards to the hit and run accident, to get people longer time in jail. The guy who killed my brother in 2009, he probably home right now. He only gave him 3 years. Wow. They called out involuntary manslaughter. That's to me, that's murder. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to make that 6 to 7 years longer. Also, you can also get a street renamed when somebody passed away. You go to your local community board for that. You go speak to the senator in regards to sponsoring your block party, sponsoring your parades, or any other ideas you have that's positive. That's their job. They work for you. Remember that.
Okay, good to know. Okay. So, there's a lot of things going on in the Harlem community. We got Whole Foods on 125th Street.
Yes.
We got Raymond Flanagan.
Yes.
We got Olive Garden.
Yes.
Going back to the early 90s, it was more of a flea market type of free enterprise.
That's true.
Type of spot to where everybody had a chance to make money. And now it's changed.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Capitalism is in full effect.
Absolutely.
Gentrification is in full effect.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. One door down from me, a 2-bedroom apartment goes for $1.7 million. Damn.
Right? The top floor goes for about 1.9.
Wow.
Okay, and this is literally
in Central Harlem. I got you.
Right across.
Yeah.
So, tell us your role and how you would be the voice to speak out against realtors coming in and taking real estate and flipping it to a way to where people in the neighborhood can't even afford it.
Yeah, well, we fought for that when the anti-Soha rally. We went to Senator Brian Benjamin with the idea. He was part of the community board number 10, to let them know about what the realtors was doing, because they charging you based on two things. They charge you based on transportation, because you're 4 blocks away from the train station, or 5 blocks away from the train, or a block away. That's one way they charge you. Then they charge you for a historical landmark. This area is known as a historical landmark. That's why it's so expensive. And a lot of people are moving in. So what I would do is go to the state office building, knock on the doors, and let them know what's going on. Get a petition in the community or a neighborhood, people may call it. Go to your local block association and tell them what's going on. put it in writing, and move forward.
Okay, but what do you do in an instance where your block association has already been gentrified? Right? So there's not that many African Americans left in this particular block. In the community board, or excuse me, the block association is basically probably 90%
white.
Yes.
Wow. Well, for that, I'll go to my community board. I go to the senator. I go to the assemblyman. I go to the city councilman.
Now, some people may say that we brought it on ourselves, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because when we had the opportunity to build up our community back in the late 70s and early 80s, when I was a kid and everything was abandoned buildings, and we had the opportunity to buy dilapidated buildings, we didn't buy it, right?
No.
We always hear stories about Harlem and all the drug dealers and how they did certain things, but correct me if I'm wrong, in all the movies and documentaries that I've seen, I haven't seen where a drug dealer actually bought a whole block of buildings,
never did,
renovated them, and put the people from the community in those buildings, or even built it up to where, you know, we organize businesses so that we can have a business and our people living in the community, but we just constantly took from our community to aid them in being addicts. So, you know, some people may come in and say, hey, you guys had the opportunity to do so, but you didn't do it. So don't get mad at us because we're finding other people outside of Harlem who can pay these prices. You had your chance. And what would you say to something like that?
But in Harlem, actually, a lot of the churches boarded the properties. I don't know if you know that.
I know some churches that bought some of the properties.
A lot of these churches boarded. The big mega churches you see.
Right.
Half of 125th Street is owned by a church on 125th and 8th Avenue. Right. Actually bought some property up, but we did not take advantage of that situation because we was on drugs. Our parents was on drugs. Their parents was on drugs. The drug dealer's not there to build up. He's there to destroy his own community, to make his money and leave or whatever, buy clothes.
Right. So let's not dwell on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it is good to know that there is a voice in our community that can help us.
Yes.
But in addition to working in the community, you also have somewhat of a hand in the entertainment industry.
Yes, I do. I do.
Tell us about some of the people that you work with and that you communicate with on a daily basis.
I actually work with Mr. Chief from the Lost Boys, Bangla Smurf, and Domination, G. Depp, MC Shan, Mysteria for making a band, So For Real. I also work with a lot of local artists, Nightlife, MTV, Scheme, Anna Baby, Call Loving Music, and very other artists. I'm a consultant / A&R.
Didn't you also work with, what was the young lady name from Chicken Noodle Soup?
Young B, yes I did.
Yes, you did.
Yes I did.
Yeah.
Yes I did.
So, what was your experience like in dealing in the entertainment industry? Was it good or bad? Is it something that you still do, or?
I mean, industry it's phony. It's fake. A lot of people worship money, so they're just using you or take whatever resources you have to benefit themselves. Also, I did a lot of work with the Coke Boys back in the day. I told the record company, not the drug dealers.
Right.
Yeah, Coke Boys South. So I've seen a lot of negative energy as well.
Right.
And I made some money as well. So
okay.
I'm still got my hand into it.
Got you. So when you talk about people making money and being fake, we were talking earlier about this new artist, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And there's a recent interview on Breakfast Club that I had to skip through it because
me too.
I feel like I don't want to perpetuate the ignorance, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging that man. You know, he said he has a daughter that he needs to feed and so forth. But just I myself as a listener, it just sounded like he was talking reckless. Like it sounded like he was talking self-destructive. You know, I can do whatever I want. I'm the king of New York. Nobody's going to touch me. And if anybody knows what we've talked about on Motivation and Confidence is the power of words.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you say certain words as if I dare anybody to touch me,
people gonna try you. They're gonna test you, gangster.
They're gonna test you,
gangster. Yeah.
And no man is bulletproof.
No man.
You know.
Recipe John F. Kennedy.
Exactly.
He got shot.
Yeah. So, what is your take on that? And, you know, people are saying that he's just trolling, and that's the way that he markets himself and everything. I don't understand it.
I know what he's doing. He's called a media whore. How can I get myself on TMZ for free this week? So he say stuff out of his mouth, but but what a lot of people don't know is he's fighting to get a GED.
He claimed that he just finished his GED.
Okay,
but anyway.
He got 5 songs on the top 100, so he's doing something right.
Would you say he's doing something right, or because we live in a culture of what's popular and that holds people attention span for 5 seconds, he knows how to hold your attention for 5 seconds because he has all of us looking, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he's a great artist.
Nah, I didn't say that.
Right? It doesn't mean that he's not smart to know how to market himself.
Yeah,
Clearly, he knows how to
market himself. Yeah.
He knows how to market himself. And it's sort of like...
but his downfall is going to be his mouth.
Yeah, but everybody's saying that he's around real gangsters.
Yes.
Whatever that means. What is a real gangster? Like, I don't know what that is.
I mean, consider to people that live in the hood a real gangster. Somebody who did 20 years of life, did 15 years, just came home for body. I consider being real gangsters. Somebody said they've been blood since they were 2 years old. That's considered to be real gangsters or CRIP.
I got family in jail right now. You know,
me too.
Yeah. That pretty much call me on a weekly basis, and I'll tell you, there is nothing gangster about being in jail.
Of course not.
Nothing gangster about being in jail. You know, so I don't know how a person when they come home from jail is like, I'm a gangster. No, that makes you a mark.
Yeah.
You're a mark because I know that if I get into a scuffle with you, or even if I get in front of you and I let you assault me, and I go to the police, guess
you're going back to jail. Yeah.
So how does that make you? I don't understand that.
How does that make you? For the hood, it's considered gangsters. This guy right here is a tough guy. To the hook side, I'm telling you. The corporate America, he's just a slave.
Yeah, I guess. But even when you go from state to state, I mean, gangsters move differently, right? So the way you may describe a gangster in Harlem is different from LA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't a real gangster a stand-up guy that protects and serves? I would consider you more of a gangster than anyone else, right?
Thank you, yeah.
You the one that was out there that I would see you in Zombie Land on Lexington Avenue.
I had to. Feeding them. No security, no police.
Nothing. You the one that's doing the coat drives. You the one that's doing the book drives. You the one that helps to organize things in the community to bring the youth together to act in a positive manner. You're the gangster. I don't know what type of gangster they're talking about.
To them, the gangsters getting shot 5 times, getting stabbed in the neck. To hood society, that's considered gangsters to them. Somebody who lived a life of destruction after the life of production.
So what do you recommend to change that mentality?
Man, go to school, I recommend. Read some books for real. Don't get caught up in gangs. Know the origin of the gang. A gang is... I used to be a former CRIP.
That's how I met you.
Yeah. I was game banging. But CRIP means community revolution and progress. That means to build up your community. That's why I joined. Because I've always been a person trying to build up a community.
Now, say that again real slow. CRIP means what?
Community, revolution, and progress.
Okay.
It means to help build up your community. A prime example of a CRIP right now is Nipsey Hussle. He never moved out of his neighborhood. He built up his neighborhood. He buying properties. He got businesses, endorsing kids. That's the definition of a gangster to me.
Mm-hmm. So nice. Now, you said that you still talk to G-Dep and...
Absolutely.
Denomination?
Yes, yeah.
So what's the G-Dep situation right now?
For those who know, G-Dep, a.k.a. Terrell Coleman, is doing 15 years to life. He's a born-again Christian. He's writing a book. He just got married last year. And he's trying to fight for his pill.
Okay. And what about...
Domination?
Yeah.
He's doing 15 years to life as well. He locked up upstate. He's still rapping. He got a mixtape coming out soon. And he's fighting his appeal as well, man.
Now, this may sound stupid on my behalf, but how you got a mixtape coming out and you locked up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. that sounds, I don't, not unless you got that much songs recorded.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody piecing it together.
Somebody piecing it together for him.
Okay.
To keep his name alive.
Got you. But there is no real money in the music business anymore.
Absolutely not.
So I don't.
Everybody's mindset is different, man.
Yes. So if I could ask you two very simple questions.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
What motivates you and drives you every day, and what gives you the confidence to go out and work within your community?
The first thing that motivates me is my family. My wife, my 2 lovely daughters. That's one of my motivations, And 2, to look for change, to look for positive. I love getting up, fighting for change, and having a purpose in this life. Everybody complain about living paycheck to paycheck or not having no purpose. My purpose is to give back. That's why.
Okay. And what gives you the confidence to go out and work in your community? Like you said, You'll be in other hoods, no security. No, you go like you good in any hood. Like literally, you can go any hood, any projects.
I would say the God in me. I'm gonna leave it like that. The God in me. Yeah.
Okay. So if you could leave our listeners with one gem that they could, take with them, what would that be?
This is a gem I got from my old mentor, recipes Orlando Gober. Remember, who you are makes a difference. So whoever you label yourself as, that's who you are.
That's what's up. Yeah. All right. We definitely appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
This is Tom Danger with Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.
Yes.